Good evening, Americans. This is your favorite alien speaking on Tuesday, April 16th. It's about 5 p.m. here, local Georgia time in Marietta, USA. Uh, Me and Bubba here. Well, Bubba's trying to check out and see if he finds anything, but he's waiting for his friend, the Blue Jay. Don't know if he'll find him this evening. But I wanted to do a video, and President Trump and House Speaker Pelosi have been mentioning a word, differences. And I don't think either one of them know what that's affecting your country. So let me give you a quick background. Back in the Panama Canal Zone in Balboa High School at Corundu Junior High, where I went to school, I had a husband and wife which were tenured teachers. Yeah, I know, tenured in high school, right? And junior high. But in the Canal Zone, you acquired tenure. So it was hard for them to fire, and they had an interesting view of American history. They were Mr. and Mrs. Norton. They were my favorite history teachers because I got to learn history the right way from them. And here it is. When I had Mrs. Norton, which I was in junior high in 1971, and that was a time of the East and West Pakistan War and the Indian War. Remember that? Almost went to blows and almost cost World War III. But anyway, and at that time it was West Pakistan and East Pakistan. And Mrs. Norton told me, well, what do you expect those dummies, meaning the British, why would they create a country and call it West and East and have 1,000 miles of a hostile territory in between? So, as it turned out, the war ended in a stalemate, but Pakistan was a big loser because it lost the eastern part and became Bangladesh. Then I moved into high school and had Mr. Norton. And the teachers at the high school didn't like him too well because he kept on saying differences and melting pot, the two items that are destroying our country. And they thought he was anti-American. I see you guys use that word a lot, anti-American, to describe things you don't like. You guys should you determine what that word is before you use it. But anyway, I talked to Mr. Norton one time and said, Mr. Norton, what do you mean by differences and melting pot? He says, well, the United States is letting every Tom, Dick, and Harry in, and this is where I got the Tom, Dick, and Harry in from, you guys, and the differences. And they say that that's making us great. And I said, no, it's not. And he says, why? So I told him how I thought, and he says, that's exactly what I think. And here's the problem, Americans, that one of your Americans, Mr. Norton, a great teacher, which probably doesn't get noticed for anything, except for his students that went to his school, he had it right, where he said, differences and melting pot are going to kill us. Here we are, almost 50 years later since that, and what do we have? We have every Tom, Dick, and Harry's in here. You got differences galore. Hint, President Trump and Congressman Omar. You can't have two more different people in there. And skip the politics. They are different. Miss Omar has her own way, own views, own philosophy, own way of doing things, and nothing is American. Mr. Trump, he's got his own way, own philosophy, same thing, and nothing is American on him. She is a agitator, fights for her cause, but she's in the United States. Her cause is over in the Middle East. She is probably, it's got to be a U.S. citizen, right? If she's a congressman from Minnesota, U.S. citizen. Doesn't that ring a bell there? Dinga, 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 dinga. That's U.S. Citizen means you are United States allegiance to the Constitution, allegiance to the state of Minnesota, allegiance to your fellow Americans. But what are your fellow Americans? You don't know because you got so much differences here. You can't tell. And President Trump, he's not American either. He's a bully, a loudmouth, a millionaire, which thinks that his money rules, and he doesn't understand what being an American is. So you see, differences can kill you. Let me know. I can expand these differences even more. But this is your favorite alien signing off saying differences. It's going to kill your country if you don't do anything about them. You can have differences and still coexist and still be one great country. But you have to determine how you're going to do it. Thanks.